Today, I'm very excited to share that my book, Mastering the Lsat, has been professionally recorded as an audiobook and is available exclusively through Audible and Amazon.com website. So if you like podcasts, if you like audiobooks, if your eyes are getting tired of looking at screens or reading prep books, this resource is for you. It's just over 3 hours and is a complete unabridged rendition of my best-selling book, Mastering the Lsat. If you're not currently a member of Audible, you can get a free 30-day trial and get the audiobook of Mastering the Lsat for free. And before I go, I will leave you with a 5-minute clip, a 5-minute sample from the book itself. I hope you enjoy.
What is the LSAT? The Law School Admission Test, LSAT, is used to determine if a student has the skills necessary for success in law school because it's correlated with first-year law school grades. The LSAT is graded on a scale of 120 to 180, with 120 being the lowest possible score and 180 being the highest possible score. The median score is around 151, which means half of the test takers scored higher and half scored lower. The LSAT has 3 scored sections: Analytical Reasoning section, aka Logic Games, 1 Logical Reasoning section, and 1 Reading Comprehension section. Logic games are short puzzles, somewhat mathematical seeming in nature. Logical reasoning is comprised of brief, bite-sized arguments. Reading comprehension may look like something from the SAT, but it's actually looking for you to analyze arguments presented, rather than absorbing the information itself. A 4th, unscored and undisclosed experimental section is also included, which I'll cover in more detail later. For now, know that it will typically be one of the 3 major section types: logic games, logical reasoning, or reading comprehension. And finally, there is an unscored writing sample administered separately. Ultimately, the LSAT is designed to assess 2 major abilities: short-term working memory and critical reasoning skills. In other words, the test makers want to gauge your ability to properly examine, evaluate, and analyze arguments. If you're looking for more detail beyond what I share in this book, my LSAT courses include in-depth explanations for each section and question type. And if you think the LSAT doesn't test anything important, you'll soon find out that these are skills you'll use in law school, when you will be evaluating real legal cases and real-life scenarios that are more similar to LSAT-style questions than might seem obvious at first glance. Why take the LSAT? The LSAT has been in existence since 1948 and has evolved through many formats over the years. However, the current major question types, logic games, logical reasoning, and reading comprehension, have remained largely the same since 1991, despite a few minor changes, such as the addition of the dual reading comprehension passages in June 2007, which I discuss later. The LSAT is significantly harder than the GRE, GMAT, MCAT, SAT, ACT, etc. It's unlike anything you learned in school. It doesn't test math or vocabulary. Rather, it puts your critical thinking skills and short-term working memory to the test. Oftentimes, students are in for a rude awakening when they first encounter the LSAT, but it can be conquered in the end. The LSAT is considered a valid and reliable admission test because it has a strong correlation with first-year law school grades. Interpreting arguments on the LSAT is highly similar to interpreting fact patterns in law school. On the LSAT, there are ambiguities in the fact patterns. The job of the test taker is to spot these ambiguities and identify the gap in reasoning between the evidence and the claim's conclusion. This skill is crucial for both law students and attorneys working in our often ambiguous legal system. The LSAT is designed to test your ability to read carefully and in detail. As an attorney, a small word change or even a comma can radically change the meaning of a document, which could have a significant impact on a client. Because the LSAT is so challenging, improving your LSAT score requires a lot of hard work. However, getting the highest possible LSAT score will dramatically improve your chances of getting into the best law school and minimizing your debt load with scholarship money. Some of my students have even gotten full rides to law school, paying nothing in tuition, along with living stipends. Yes, you can actually get paid to go to law school. The key is to achieve an LSAT score above the median to the school to which you're applying. Why would schools offer such generous scholarships? Because it raises their status in the U.S. news rankings.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them, and feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.